Everybody drives a vehicle, most everybody. So of course you got oil in it, so of course it needs to be changed every now and then. Oil needs to be changed for the simple fact parts in the engine need to be lubricated, and with dirty oil it doesn't get lubricated like it needs to be, so you need to change your oil. Now, okay. We're going to change the oil on this Ford Bronco today. You might do it on a ramp at home, but we like to do it on the lift so we don't have to be on the floor.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Okay, on your vehicle, before you change the oil, you need to make sure you identify which one's the transmission pan and which one's the engine. This one is the engine, this one is the transmission pan. Now, when you go to change the oil, you need to make sure you have the proper tools to do it with and the proper drain pan, because we don't need to get it on the ground. And you make sure you have your safety glasses. You need to make sure that you also have the size wrench that you need and the size socket that you need in order to change the oil out. Oh, everybody's starting to show up, Mr. Richard.
Alright, stop.
Warm oil runs out faster than cold oil. Make sure that the drain pan is right up under it so it does not get everywhere else and make a big old mess. Because believe me, it's not fun to clean up oil mess. Have some rags on hand because you're going to need them. See? You could wear gloves if you want to, but real cowgirls and cowboys, we don't wear those. Always when you're going to put the drain plug back in, make sure you tighten it like it needs to be tightened. Don't just start tightening it and then walk away, because you can forget, and then you're going to have a big old oil mess when you go to crank the car up.
Wait, do it again.
Now we're going to move the oil pan over here to where the oil filter is, because when you take the oil filter out, it is going to have oil in it. And make sure you get the right oil filter wrench that fits it. When you get it loose enough, it's best to go ahead and just do it with your hand so you don't drop the oil filter. Okay, when you take the oil filter off, make sure that the gasket is on there, because if you put a new one on there with the gasket still on there, you're going to have an even bigger problem. Make sure that you turn the oil filter upside down in the drain pan so the oil can drain. Okay, now you get your new oil filter where you can put it on. But before you put it on, get you some fresh oil. Stick your finger in it, just a little bit. And lubricate the ring, because it can get dry. So you want to lubricate it where it don't get dry and rot. Make sure you get it on there right and don't cross thread it. Tighten it as far as you can with your hand before you use the oil wrench. When you get it on there with your hand good enough, then you use the oil wrench. Now we're going to move the oil drain pan so that we can lower the vehicle and put the oil in it. Okay, Okay, if you're very short like me, then well, you're gonna need some steps. And first, before you pour any oil in any hole, make sure it says engine oil on the cap. Because you can mess an engine up if you pour it in the wrong spot. Try to make sure and not get it on everything else. Your knife, Mr. Richard?
No.
We real cowboys over here, we don't use phones. We make our own. Make sure not to cut yourself. No, don't show the 10W30 part.
You got something to say?
You need to make sure how many quarts your car needs, so you don't overfill it and you don't underfill it. If your car takes 5 quarts of oil and all you put in it is 4 quarts of oil, then you're going to underfill it and it's going to break. The oil is going to break down quicker, and your car won't be lubricated like it needs to be. Okay, if your car takes 5 quarts, we like to just put 4 in it first. Crank up the engine, let the oil filter fill up, and make sure there's no leaks, and check the oil. Make sure you put the cap back on before you crank the engine. Now we're going to start the engine. Gotta have a rag on hand where you can wipe the dipstick off. Of course, I'm short, so got to use step skin. Wipe it off, and then you stick it back in there again. Then you take it out and check it. Yeah, it's low, so we've got to put another quart in there. When you're checking it, make sure you put the dipstick all the way in there, because if you don't and you only stick it halfway, you won't get a true reading. Our last quart, and Mr. Richard likes to use 20W50 because it's better oil pressure and it lubricates the engine parts a lot better than any other oil. What? Boys over here, they like to be funny. You get done, make sure you put the cap back on there. Make sure it's on there good and tight. All right. Restart it and check the oil again. Now we're going to switch it off so that we can check it. Once again, wipe it off and then put it back in. all the way in. And pull it back out. And take a look. It's still low, so it takes more than 5 quarts. So we're going to have to add another quart. This should be our last quart. Now we're going to recheck it again to just make sure.
We go ahead and tell it's full.
Now it's full. Since you're already up under the hood changing the oil, it's good to go ahead and check the rest of the fluids and your air filter and everything else. Okay, when you get done changing the oil, it's best to use one of these stickers so you can write down when the next oil changes, because you may forget, or we may forget, and you can get them at any parts store. It's best to change your oil every 3,000 miles. Done changing the oil filter should be drained enough to where you can pick it up. Make sure you turn it upside down, just in case. And we're going to walk over here to the bucket where there's a thing where you can poke a hole in. Take the oil filter and throw it in the garbage right away. You have to take one of these and put a hole in it and let it drain in this drain pan for over 24 hours. Like so. I like to put more than one hole.